This story took place in the second half of the 18th century. The main character, Grigory Konstantinov, was a fearless, handsome young man, quite funny as well. In those days, Mistический quarry was working at full capacity, and Grigory was working there just like other local peasants. He knew the caves like the back of his hand.
Mistический quarry is man-made dungeons on the banks of the river where white stone was mined in the 18th and 19th centuries. The name was given after the settlement Mistическая Sloboda, which was once located at the entrance to the structure on the right bank. Out of 4 caves, only 2 are available now, the 8th and the water. They are used as a tourist attraction now.
Well, let's go back to our character. Once at night, he was fishing on the river bank. Fish were biting well, and having his net filled full, Grigory came ashore. And there did she come. There was a girl in a white dress wearing a wreath of wax roses on her head. Her snow-white hand she touched Grigory with was as cold as ice. This would make even the most courageous man worry. However, he agreed to take her home.
I've got lost. Walk me home.
They walked for a long time across unfamiliar hills and lowlands, then they finally approached a beautiful building, completely hidden by the trees in the garden. She said, "Come in, Grigory, be my fiancé." He wanted to take a step, but suddenly felt pain in his leg. His consciousness cleared and the vision disappeared. Standing in full darkness, he took out matches, lit one on his soul, and realized he was in one of the tunnels of the dungeon, hearing angry laughter of the girl. Trying to overcome his fear, he ran out of the caves and rushed home as fast as he could. Grigory had his house sprinkled with holy water. It took him a week to heal his injured leg and soul. This is not the only story about the girl in white. Like other ghost stories, it has its own background, which takes us to the beginning of the 19th century.
At the beginning of the 19th century, a merchant lived in Orel with his large family. One day, he found himself about to go bankrupt. The desperate businessman decided to solve his financial problems by giving his beautiful daughter to a rich old man. The girl cried, begging her father not to give her into the hands of an old libertine, but he was adamant. In spring, the wedding carriage was heading to the church past the river. Suddenly, the bride jumped out of the carriage, rushed to the bank and disappeared in the muddy waters of the Oka River. After this tragic incident, people began to witness the ghost of a girl in white who appeared only to the young man and invited them to be her fiancés. But as soon as the man said that he was married, the girl disappeared.
There is no proof of the existence of the girl in white, only except for citizens' fables and some newspapers articles. However, the caves are still available to visit, so why don't you check yourself?